Hello, welcome back. In this video, we'll discuss another MCQ question from C programming language. So let's start. This is our program. Select correct option for the following program. In this section, we have a program. In right section, we have the options for the MCQ question. In this question, we have a main function, and inside this main function, we have a loop, for loop, and inside for loop we have a printf statement and if condition. In this question you can see that we have a for loop, and inside a for loop we don't have any conditions, any initialization or any incremental part. As we know that for a normal for loop we have mainly the three part inside the for loop. First one, the initial action, then the loop continuation conditions, and then action after each iteration. That means the incremental part of a for loop. Then we have a body parts, and inside the body section we can put many statements. But in our question we don't have any initialization, any condition, or any incremental part. And inside this body we have a printf statement, we have a if conditional statement, and if this condition met, then the loop will break. So this is our question, and the point is saying that the options are saying that the condition in the loop, in the for loop, is must. That means uh, in this for loop we don't have any condition. The first point is saying that we need a must condition, we need a condition inside the for loop. This is a must, so this is a wrong statement. We know that if we don't have any initialization and any condition inside a for loop, that means this is a infinite loop. So what is infinite loop we'll discuss later in this video. So now let's understand the point number 2b. So that means option A is wrong, false. Also the point B is saying that the two semicolons should be dropped. So we can't drop these two semicolon here, because if you want a infinite loop we have to specify this two semicolon. So this is must, so we can't drop these two semicolon. For this one, the second point also wrong. The third point is saying that the for loop should be replaced by a while loop. This is also a wrong point. Why this is wrong point? Because this for loop is, if you run this for loop, this is a not a wrong for loop. This is a correct statement for a for loop. So we can replace this for loop with while loop, but it is not mandatory that we should replace by a while loop. We can replace this for loop with a while loop, but it is not mandatory that we have to replace this for loop with while loop. It is not mandatory. So but the question does but the option is saying that the for loop should be replaced by a while loop. So this is also a wrong point. And the fourth point is saying that no error. So if you run this code, then it will show no errors. That means it will execute perfectly. Now we'll discuss what will be the output of this program. And before explaining that, I want to explain that what is infinite loop in C programming language. So what is infinite loop? So a loop running continuously for an infinite number of time is called infinite loop. So now we'll look at what will be the syntax for this infinite loop. So if we can use infinite loop for three kind of loops. That means for loop, while loop, and do while loop. If I'll place uh, two semicolon inside the for, and if the code to be executed inside the body section, this is the structure of a infinite for loop. And if we will put the one inside the while, then it will act as a infinite while loop, same as the for loop. Also if we'll put the while and inside its any true condition or one, then it will act like a infinite loop. So it will execute infinite number of times. So I'll show you how it is actually, how it will work. So let's start coding section. So in this program you can see that we have a program, and we already we initialize a variable I equals 1, and inside the for loop we return the two semicolon, and inside this for loop body section we are printing the I variable, and I am incrementing I by 1, that is post increment. So if you run this program will not stop, it will run repeatedly, and it will produce the output repeatedly. So this is the infinite loop. So if you compile and run this program, it will give the output like this. So it will execute from 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will give the result like this. And you can see that this cursor is going below, and it will not stop if will. So if I'll go to the top section, you can see that we have a output like 1, 2, 3, 4. It is producing the value of I one by one, and it is incrementing the value of I by 1. You can see that this is not stopping. So if I have to stop, then I have to press that closing button. So if I have to close this one. So this is how we can create the infinite loop in for loop. You can also use the while loop, also do while loop to create the infinite loop. So now I will go to the main program that we have in the MCQ question. So what will be the output? In this section, the loop is continuously running, but if we want to stop anywhere, then we have to specify a condition, that is the conditional statement, and we are using the if statement. When the value of I will be greater than 10, then it will go outside the loop. That means it will break the loop. So it will go to the outside of the loop statement. So this program will give the output from 1 to 10. So if you run this program, you'll be able to see the output. It will give 1 to 10, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, and there is no space here for this. The output is not looking good. So if you will give the one space, then you'll be able to see the output clearly. So this is our output, and in this program we don't have any errors. It will give the output. I think this is clear for you. We'll discuss another MCQ in another video. Take care and bye bye. See you again.